Hello. Welcome to Success in High School and Beyond. I am Sam Griffin, High Schools That Work coordinator. And the topic of this part one video is getting rid of the myth of I don't have time in saying that. So let's look into this matter, shall we? All right. The myth of I don't have time. First, productivity is waiting for you and takes work. And productivity, of course, means to produce something. So you shouldn't ever use the lame excuse of I don't have time. It's easy to say. It's the easiest thing in the world to say if you think about it. Oh, I didn't have time to call you back last night, or I didn't have time to do whatever it was that was important to you. It's so easy to say. It's a trap to get into. And if you do that, then you won't be productive. So to avoid being unproductive, just never say it. It's not something I ever say, so don't ever say that. Never say, this is kind of a cop-out jealousy thing to say here. Never say, oh, he or she must have had a lot of free time. You know, we could say that about Isaac Newton. He had a lot of free time, and he just so happened to invent all this stuff. I hear this every day, you know, and it's just a way. That's awesome. I'm glad that popped up. It's just a way of people coping with their own unproductive lives to belittle someone else, saying that they're not productive, saying because they did something that they're passionate about that maybe you're not passionate about. Maybe it's weird or quirky to you, and you tear them down by saying you must have had a lot of free time. Don't ever do that. It makes you look really bad when you do that. And you got to give it up to people who spend their time being productive, even if it's doing strange things like drawing or music or whatever, making paper birds. Who knows? Let's go to the next thing. Putting things off to do things that are fun causes future stress. That is the truth, people. The truth. Putting things off to do things that are fun causes future stress. For example, let's say I have a paper to write. I know darn well I have a paper to write. This paper has been due. But there's clearly very good video games that need played right now. You know, I don't know why it's doing that. I could play that video game and have fun temporarily, but what's going to happen is it's going to cause me stress later on. It's going to cause future stress. So don't put things off that are important. Don't ever say things like, oh, I didn't have time to call you back, or I didn't have time to check my email, or any other nonsense like that. Just stop doing it. I think that we live in a world that is way different than it was even 3 years ago. I think you need to check email multiple times, not just once a day, multiple times per day, and respond immediately to people and avoid letting things pile up, because you got to remember, it's not all about you. There are people waiting on your replies out there that may need information back to be more productive. So help the cycle, help that stop popping up, help the cycle, and respond to email. You know, we live in this world that we're saturated with technology. So make sure you check your email multiple times per day. And just the last final thought here. One of the big things that separates highly successful people and everyone else is efficient use of time. Efficient is getting the most out of your time. And if you're a person that focuses on time efficiency, then you'll never have to say stuff like I didn't have time to do that. And just stop the excuses. There'll be more about how to prioritize things. You know, it's more about just taking paper out and writing your goals down. It's way more than that. But you have to stop the excuses, and you have to certainly stop saying I didn't have time. Thanks for listening.